Hi, everyone. I swear, every week this program just gives us different sets of weird things. Listen to some Beyonce over here. We'll just wait a few minutes to get started. My hair is a bit crazy. On Wednesdays, we wear pink. How is everybody? Happy hump day. Say hello if you're here. Becky with the good hair. I'm definitely not Becky with the good hair. Hi, Charlotte. Happy hump day. Hi, Cody. Happy hump day. Cody, I bought a house yesterday, and I think it's sort of near where you live, if I remember when I dropped off your gift correctly. Upper East Mountain. Maybe we'll be close to each other soon. Hi, Lara. Yeah, Upper East Mountain. We bought in like Upper Ottawa and Larch, I think. I'm still getting familiar with the mountain world because I'm an East End, Lower East End gal, but yeah, a French vanilla ASAP. Seriously, my coffee is Karima. Thank you as well for your MILF beginning story. Erica posted that yesterday, so such a good one. Yeah, exciting. Moving down from the east side. So I did want to mention for anybody who's interested, just in case, in the email, we have a couple spots left for the skating at Modern Events. It was super cold, I know, on Monday for a couple moms, but next Tuesday and then, gosh, let me look at the calendar. And then, so the 16th and then Feb 22nd, if you want to go skating, you can like baby wear, or you can keep your stroller to the side. If you just want to your baby will nap and you just want to skate with another mom. I do believe you have to be masked, but just want to let everybody know we have a couple spots left for that. And what else? Let's see if Carlen's here. I just want to make sure before we, no, that's okay. We're still waiting for her. What else is the other thing I was going to say? I will tell everybody who's here just because. So Feb 25th, we're going to be doing an evening MILF chat. We're going to be doing trivia, and we're going to sort of have like a component where the 50 first people to register, which will basically be only MILF Society members, will get like a goodie bag. So we're going to get a GA pizza, just one, not a whole box, but one pizza to try. Hi, Carlen. Feel free to share audio whenever. Share audio, video, whatever the button says. Some beer we're going to give, and some other goodies. So there, you heard it here first, folks. Feb 25th, 2 weeks. We haven't done anything. I think we're just going to sort of do it, like you literally can pick it up off my porch. We got to keep things very COVID safe and essential, but I mean, I'm pretty sure pizza, beer, and other goodies are essential. So excited for that. But yeah, I'm excited for today's chat because we've sort of been testing all different things, but we wanted to sort of have an expert in here today on the topic with Valentine's Day coming up, and not that this is the only time you should talk about pleasure or love or any of those things, but just in the theme. And then we're going to do from 12:30 to 1, I have my sports bra on. We're going to do a little dance with Tiffany. So what's going on with this? Oh, my music's off. Carlen, feel free to join whenever. Let me know if you're having tech difficulties. If anyone has any questions for Carlen, if anybody has seen her Instagram, feel free to start dropping them right in the chat. I do have a few that we're going to get started with, but obviously want to hear from everybody. Odd, I'm trying to join. If you just press, there should be a button that says share audio video, and you should just pop up. You did, yeah, okay. Maybe get out of the session and it confirmed. Yeah, I don't need to approve you on my end. This is weird. Ella, do you think you know what's happening? Maybe, Carlen, just try just to get out and get back in. It might just be being finicky. Can someone else try to join me and see if it just works for 2 seconds? Like, you don't have to stay, just see, because then that way we know if it's my end or what's going on, because we're not IT experts here, but we try our best. One of the many hats we wear. Oh, okay, join.
Working over here.
Yeah, so I didn't get like an approval, so hopefully it'll just take a second. Typical.
Yeah, I get a little thing that pops up to allow pop-ups first that I have to allow, and then I have to share. So I don't know, Carlen, if that
Carlen, you
helps
may
out.
have to allow pop-ups
Yeah.
in your browser. Okay, that might be what it is. Dun, dun.
I'm gonna leave.
Okay, there we go. Hi.
It just
Wonderful
needed me to
world.
press it twice. Yeah, it just needed me to press it twice. I mean, kind of like my clit, right? Like that's what we're doing here.
2, 3, how many times you want, really? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Welcome.
Oh,
Thank you
man.
for being here.
Oh man. Yeah, thanks. Hi, everybody.
So many
Sorry,
tabs
I'm just
open.
closing like more of my browsers
Yeah,
because
I also am running to grab my laptop charger.
so many tabs open. Not only that.
Oh my gosh, too funny.
Yeah, and that here we go. And my internet has been being weird, and so has like everything been a little bit weird this week. Is this Mercury retrograde over?
I know.
That's what I want to know.
I know, right? Well, we're here now, and it's sunny.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Hi. Hi.
Okay, well, let's just get right into it. I followed you for a little bit of time, but do you want to just sort of tell everybody who you are, a little bit about your mission, and the close notes?
Yeah, I kind of want to turn my computer. I don't feel like having like a giant light on me today, so you guys are going to just have to excuse my background mess, but that's okay.
Totally.
We're just going to do this. Okay. Yeah, so hi. Sorry. You want to tell about me? So I'm Carlen. I'm a clinical sexologist, psychotherapist, also founder of the radical love and lifestyle brand called The Everyday Goddess. As well, I'm a best-selling author of the book called Love, The Women's Guide to Not Fucking Settling. I'm a cannabis advocate and founder of the Goddess Foundation, which is a charity that seeks to raise money to fund programs and services by women, for women, all across Canada. So yay.
Love it. Amazing. That's the that's like the Insta bio. So obviously there's like lots of layers, so much to unpack, and then you're just an amazing human in general. But I love that, like, you know, like your main thing is you say, like, when you love yourself, you can love others better, right? And I think that that's such an interesting, especially related to moms, is such an interesting sort of, you know, a powerful statement.
Totally. A powerful statement and such a statement of permission. So especially moms, I just had a few patients who were moms this morning. And one of the things that some of my moms are struggling with are a lack of libido or a lack of desire to want to have sex. But when we kind of break it down and look at it, it's not that you don't want to have sex, because sex is fun, right? Like, we all want to have, most of us, like, let's not put a blanket statement, but like most of us want to have sex because it does feel good. It is delicious and tasty. The challenge is, though, is that we allow ourselves to be blocked in so many ways from feeling good. And especially you beautiful moms, you don't feel like you deserve to feel good because you literally put everybody and everything else in front of you or ahead of you and your needs and who you are before you even get to what it is that you want. So if I were to ask you moms right now, what do you want? Right? Most of you would say a day off or I need the kids back in school, or I need my husband to go on vacation, right? And that kind of escapism, that kind of feeling, what that shows me is that there needs to be a reconnection here. There needs to be a reconnection with how you love yourself, how you are showing up, not for everybody else. Yes, you're a mother, but mom is like title number 2, because woman or your name or however it is that you identify is title number 1. And many of you, God love your hearts and your mother. I'm not a mom, so I know it's, other than a fur mama and a really great aunt. So I don't know firsthand, and I will not even pretend to speak like I know firsthand what it's like to balance all of the things that you do, not even a little bit. However, what I do know is that many of you beautiful mothers are putting everybody else ahead of you, or putting everybody else's needs ahead of you. And you've lost connection with the woman that you were first before you became a mom, a girlfriend, or a wife, or even a boss babe, or an entrepreneur, or you know what I mean? Any of those things. And it's almost like we seek all of these titles and this validation, right? Because that's what social media almost wants us to think, to play up, right? That's what the world wants us to play up. Well, if I just post a picture and I get some likes, or, you know, if I pretend that everything is going well, then everything is going well. And it's fun. I can be a badass mom and I can do all the things. Except deep down, something isn't right. Something isn't connecting. Something feels off. And it's because we need to learn to reconnect and love ourselves first before we can become all of those other things to all of those very beautiful and deserving people that we choose to have in our lives.
I mean,
There's my intro.
I have chills, man. That is cute. I think we all just felt like a little mini therapy session right there. That totally 100% spoke to me. Exactly. Like you said, before I was a mom, you know, my career is what defined me. And then I was like, I was a wife, and then you know, and it's so true. And I think the discourse and talking about this, especially in the realm of motherhood, is so important because we get so lost in it, especially with the pandemic on top of it. It's just like, yeah, no, amen. And I love, and it's funny, you said, like, when you said when the first thing moms would say what they want. And I used to joke about this even before. I'd be like, oh, you know, you think like that person needs to have a good fuck, or like this person, what we all need is a good orgasm, literally. So whether you don't want it, we all need it, because like, as you say, there's science that proves it's like mental health, physical health, like it's amazing for not only pleasure, but like other benefits, right?
Oh, absolutely. Sex has so many benefits. So there's benefits, there's emotional benefits, there's physical benefits, there's spiritual benefits. For those of you who are looking to get deeper into your spiritual practice, right? There's those types of benefits. There's mental health benefits, right? There's also immune system benefits, right? Having sex, and not necessarily always having to have an orgasm, because I think we also need to talk about that. We need to take some pressure off of ourselves, that orgasm is never the goal of sex. The goal of sex is about feeling good. It's about experiencing pleasure. It's about connecting to something, to someone, to yourself, to another person, to an energy, to a feeling, right? The goal of sex is never orgasm. Orgasm is the perk. Orgasm is the cherry on top. I've had a lot of great sex without orgasms, you know, and you know, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to perform, and to have to perform, and to, even when we're not feeling like it, to perform. And then we put that pressure on ourselves, we put that pressure on our partners, and our partners think that, oh, we're not having fun because we're not having an orgasm. But you know, a lot of it is about feeling good and looking at how we need to prioritize, or at least begin to think about incorporating feeling good, and not just from a self-care perspective, but from an actual love, self-love, connection perspective within ourselves, right? And sex, so sex, like, it helps your immune system response, right? By increasing immunoglobulin A, right? It helps do that. It helps with some mental stress, right? And allows you to practice presence and mindfulness, and to get out of your head and back into your body. So sex also, right? Sex also helps you just feel better, right? It's a little bit of an exercise, right? Gets your circulatory system going, gets you sweating, gives you that nice glow, gets you moving your body, right? Sex is so many wonderful things, and yet we put it as the last thing on the list because, and let me tell you why, because as women, we have come to this really crucial point, I think, in human history, where we, especially as women, have to now start looking at our sexuality versus being sexualized. And I think so many of us are tired of being sexualized that it has literally killed our libido to be sexual.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess that's interesting, like with the WAP era and just like the re-embracing the, the literal and, or like poking back fun at it. But yeah, no. And it's interesting too, as you said, like sex, I think as moms too, a lot of people think of sex as a chore, and whether that's because you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for your partner, or it's like maybe something you feel you have to tick off the list. And I know for myself, my husband, like for, before COVID, we like scheduled Wednesday, Saturday, because like we wanted to do it, but it wasn't at the forefront of our mind. And then before you know it, like you're so exhausted. And the other interesting part that I want to touch on, and I'm sure you've heard a lot of, just like, after you've delivered, everything feels different and might not even feel the same. And like breastfeeding, it's just like, you always have someone, a baby, your baby close to you, touching you, and things have changed. And so it's just like sort of re-exploring all of that. Cause before you were having sex to get pregnant, like, and then you sort of put it to the back of your mind when you're not pregnant, and then you come out on the other side with a different vagina, and not a different vagina. You feel it's different. We all know it actually doesn't get different. I mean, some people do have surgical things, but anyways. So, do you have any sort of tips for moms to like sort of re-explore that, whether it's on their own or with their partner, and maybe like a gentle, approachable way? Like someone said, it's about the journey, not the destination, and keeping things spicy. I wouldn't say that. More so about like finding what you love.
Yeah. And I think many of you beautiful moms who are listening right now need to start that journey with yourself and stop depending so much on your partner, and just like put them on hold for a hot minute. Right. And just be like, I got to do this thing. I got to reignite myself for a hot minute because I'm not feeling this. Right. And so, yeah. And I don't want to say like how to spice things up. Like we know how to spice things up, right? We know like, put on hot music. We know like buy some sex toys. We know, put on sexy underwear, get dressed up. We know those things, right? If you need to learn more, read Cosmo.
Yeah.
Like there's 101 ways to give a blowjob. I don't know them all, but I'm sure somebody has tried them,
What a job, literally.
But yeah, no, hey, it's a good job. Sex work is work, right? Sex work is valid work. Absolutely. Look at me throwing my little feminist edge in there, right? I'm just like, yes. But this is about, right? How do we reignite? And it's about making a extremely conscious, intentional, mindful choice. Some of you need to have a really fucking hard conversation with yourselves and stop blaming everybody else and everything else and every schedule and everything that you are choosing to allow to drain energy from you. And the one thing I loved about this past year, is that it allowed many of us to shut down the noise. You know what I mean? It allowed many of us to get quiet again. And for so many of us, that was really scary, right? It was really scary to be left with ourselves, our choices, our thoughts, and all of that work. I got my Arthur here. This is my baby. Yeah, this is it. But so 2020 did that, and it was so interesting because I was reading this meme the other day, and it was like, February 2020, it was like you had every event, every bake-off, everything for the kids, everything. You were like literally being strung across like 100 million different ways. Somehow you're making it through it, but you were on high anxiety alert. Your sympathetic nervous system was on super high alert, right? And then COVID hit, everything shut down, and you went into this like who am I? What's going on? What's left? And many of us didn't recognize ourselves anymore. Many of us didn't recognize our time or our schedules anymore. And then we reached January 2021, and the meme was interesting because it was like, doing all these things in February 2020, January 2021, it's like a woman and her hair's everywhere. She's wearing a robe and she's got a, you know, a mug of probably alcohol in it. And it's like, I can't even like brush my teeth today.
Yeah.
So that is an indication to me as a psychotherapist. That is an indication to me that we need to have a really hard talk with ourselves. And we need to start being in the power seat of how we are expending our energy and who we are allowing it to go to and how we are allowing that to influence us.
Yeah, totally.
Right? And it's about coming back, because the only person you can sit here, and I know some of you are like, but my kids need me, but my husband needs me. Yeah. Okay, listen. Yes, I get it. Your kids need you. They need you to stay alive. But some of them don't need you as much as you are giving them the time for. And some of them could use some help with, and I mean, I know we're in COVID and I know it's a lockdown, so I know it's extra hard. But once this all opens up, which is starting to happen, right? Like literally this week and in the next few weeks, who are you going to allow to come into your space, into your energy, into your schedule? And how are you going to manage it again? And how are you going to prioritize the things that light you up, the things that help you feel good? The kids are going to be fine. Trust me. They don't need you as much as you think that they need
It's
you.
true.
Right?
I'm a claimed helicopter mom,
So
so
you
I
need
know. I know. It's so true.
Yeah, right? But we're doing that because we're hiding, right? This is a coping strategy. Many of you helicopter moms are beautiful, beautiful humans. Trust me, I'm a little bit of a helicopter mom with a puppy, okay? It's not the same, but like I understand a little bit of the energy of it, right? And it's a coping strategy. Because what we are trying to do is fill our time with meaningful things so that we don't actually spend time connecting here and finding the meaning
That's
of
the
this.
hardest part. That's the
Because
hardest part. That's why.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's easy.
Well, like you said, you have to have a hard
it
conversation
is hard.
with yourself and dig deep and be honest. And whether it's like habits, or do you have like, you know, I know you talk a lot about it on your page, and I love the like love yourself every day, but do you have any like tangible habits or tips that like someone who's maybe, you know, us, we are wanting to start on this journey, like, you know, not just like the regular stuff. I know you have some good tips. So.
Yeah. No, let's talk about some tips, right? So I do appreciate that you brought that up, because this week in my community, this month in my community, we're doing a love drop challenge. And it's to say I love you to yourself in the mirror 3 times every day. Even if you don't mean it.
So
you just got to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Easier said than done. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So way easier said than done. Right? And that's why we do it in the community, and we talk about it and we process all of it and what that means and what that looks like. So I think first of all, being mindful about who you surround yourself with. And are the people that you are surrounding yourself with, are they uplifting you? Are they calling you out on your shit? Right? Are they actual friends who are, you know, you're sharing your trials and your tribulations and your struggles, and your successes? And are you celebrating one another? So first of all, be mindful of who you are surrounding yourself with. Secondly, how are you making time on a regular basis to celebrate yourself and your partnership, right? So I love what you said about how you scheduled sex. You know what? There's nothing wrong with scheduling
we called
sex
it Wet
and
Pussy
date
Wednesday
night.
because we
and
just
like
thought
keeping
that. And WAP.
I love that. I've heard Wet Pussy Wednesday.
Sexy Saturday.
Yeah. And WAP. Yeah, absolutely. Sleazy Saturdays. Yeah, I've heard them all, right? Frisky Fridays. Right?
Yeah.
2-Finger Tuesdays, you know. Too bad there's no anal Mondays. I think we should just start
Mondays
that.
should be self-pleasure day. Yeah.
Well, it is. Monday is Masturbate Mondays. Okay. Well, right? But so looking at this, let's talk about your partnership first, right? And so things like scheduling sex, scheduling date night. I know it sounds unsexy, right? Because we equate so much about being sexy to spontaneity. but that's a myth that we tell ourselves, that good sex, sexiness has to be spontaneous. It doesn't, because one of the sexiest things for me as a single woman, right, is if, or when I'm dating someone, right, and especially if they live far away or if I don't see them in a while, is the anticipation. So what I love about date nights and scheduling date nights or scheduling sex is that you can really play on building anticipation, right? You can start with sexy text in the morning and start flirting even the day before. Send some fun pictures, right? And look at it as this like beautiful time that you are committing to connecting. And that's what scheduling sex and date night is about. It's about committing to connecting.
The Gottman Institute will tell you that. 101.
And that's,
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I love them too.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so too. And with yourself, it's about taking a moment and saying, okay, this is where I'm at. Really honestly, this is where I'm at. But what does it look like when I feel good? Right? And think back to a time where you felt your best, even if it was before kids, even if it was then. And look at some of the daily habits, mindsets, behaviors that you would do, right? I had a shit December. I'm not gonna lie. December was kind of hard. It's one of my favorite months, but it was kind of hard. I myself, like, I've been single for a while. I was feeling kind of lonely. I was just kind of in my shit. You know what I mean? Just doing it. And then what I did though was I did just that. I had a big hard talk with myself, and I was like, okay, the only person who is in control or in charge of this is me. So I looked at myself in the mirror and was like, we need to have a talk about what's going on here. And I looked at myself, and when I actually looked at myself, I was like, girl, when was the last time you washed your hair? When was the last time you put mascara on? When was the last time you put on an outfit that wasn't just sportswear? You know? When was the last time you committed to your self-pleasure? When was all of that? Was the last time you committed to bringing joy back into your life and having fun? So I was like, all right, fuck it. I got up the next day. I put mascara on. I put my cute panties on. I curled my hair. I made a couple videos. I didn't share them with anybody. I just kept them for myself.
There you go.
I put some good music on, and I had a great time with me and reinvesting in me.
I love it.
And like, as soon as this, you know, and I think that that's what we are missing, is that reconnection to me. Because here's the thing, moms, I love y'all, but for some reason you think selfish is a bad thing because you're so selfless. Oh my God, as moms are the most selfless people on the planet. The most. So your selflessness is what you equate to as your value. And then you look at selfish as a bad thing. And selfish, not a bad thing. It's a mom myth. Mom myth. Being selfish is not bad.
So true.
In fact, in my community, we praise being selfish. Because being selfish for us is about boundaries, is about knowing your limits. It's about self-caring, putting the oxygen mask on me before I put it on someone else. It's about, yeah, this has to get done, but this has to feel fulfilling for me. So I'm going to do this instead.
Love it. Love it. So inspiring. No, thank you. So we could talk about this, like, you know, if you love this, follow Carlen on Instagram to get more of it, and check out our website, check out the Goddess group. It's the Goddess Gang. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions, well, any comments?
Yeah, I got some time.
We were going to start doing, we're going to do a choreographed Lizzo dance next. So perfect, like segue into, like, you know, doing something fun. But yeah, this was so good. Yeah, making time.
Thank you.
I think everybody was probably just like me, sitting back and like, like feeling very seen. I feel like I'm sensing that. But thank you so much.
I love you guys.
I would love to do something like this again.
Thank you, my God.
Maybe we do something for a podcast. There's so many topics within this realm that we can talk about, big, small. It's a big umbrella. So
yeah. Mom, bring me in.
Totally.
Let's do this. Let's heal some hearts and love up on these mamas that need it, you know?
Love it. Thank you so much. Have a good Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, we'll head over to Tiffany's session and get ready to dance. Put your sports bra on. If you're anything like me, put your sports bra on. Okay, we'll hop over there now.